Now, Chris, I want to talk to something before we get to our questions, candidates, and the Solomon Islands. It's a big story, particularly about China and reaching out. But you noticed two big things. One, this has been a long time coming. And two, the local press in the Solomon Islands is now starting to show a bit of a backflip from the government there.
Yeah. We know that the pact was aimed at leading to some kind of military base featuring Chinese battleships. The Chinese embassy in the Solomon Islands today said this is just a fabrication of colonialists, meaning Australia, because we're scared of, our backyard, etc. And then the Prime Minister of the Solomons said, we would never, he came out front page, Solomon's Times today, front page, from a national address saying, we would never ever allow a foreign entity in to have a military base ever, and that Australia is our partner of choice, right? So these two denials about ever thinking about a military base can be thrown in the garbage. The Chinese are liars because something fell off the back of a truck, which was a document I received from my contacts in the Solomon Islands. It was a document written by a Chinese state-owned company, AVIC International Project Engineering Company. The president of that company spoke to one of the province's premiers in September 2020 and said, we are writing this letter to demonstrate our intent to study the opportunities to develop naval and infrastructure projects on leased land for the People's Liberation Navy for the Isabel province with exclusive rights for 75 years. And then goes on, before we start the project, China would assist the Solomon Islands with infrastructure, education and sport. Our expertise will help you with your military cooperation with China. This is evidence that in 2020, September, the conversation was already being had between a state-owned entity to the Solomon Islands leadership to say, we're going to set up a military base for the People's Liberation Army. The Chinese are out-and-out liars. They lied today, and they've lied every day when referring to this pact, which was signed last week.
Well done. Excellent information. You'll have plenty more on your show, both on radio and telly. We might talk about it again on the other side of the forum.